I'm Steve Pratt, and over the next 6 minutes, I'll reveal an ingenious little trick that will burn your ex with so much emotional urgency that she will find herself feeling strong internal impulses to come back to you. These impulses are going to be so strong that her stomach will churn with guilt forever letting you go, and her mind will force her to do whatever it takes to get back with you. In fact, the moment you apply this trick, she will go into this obsessive frenzy where thoughts of you will constantly circle her mind, and she will come up with her own reasons on why getting back with you is going to be the best decision of her entire life. It doesn't matter if she told you to never contact her again, because now, the very idea of getting back with you will send shivers of delight through her veins. It doesn't matter how nasty or ugly things got between the two of you, because now, you will be able to delete all unwanted history from her memory, and she will desperately need more of you in her life than ever before. And it doesn't matter if she has already moved on and is dating someone else, because now, she will feel this weird, uncomfortable loneliness which won't leave her alone, unless she breaks up with that person and gets back with you. In fact, at the very end of this video, which isn't going to be online for very long, I'll give you a unique twist on this same ingenious trick that will make your ex find you 10 to 20 times more desirable than ever before. I know this sounds too good to be true right now, but if you pay very close attention to every word I say and stay till the very end of this presentation, you will be able to make your ex feel such a bundle of restless energy that she won't have any other option than coming back to you. Okay, now those are some pretty fat, tall, and bulky claims, and it probably sounds very unrealistic, especially if you're someone who has tried everything there is to try to get your ex back. So, how can I be so sure that what I'm talking about actually works? I am absolutely sure, because, not so long ago, I heard the most soul-crushing words humanly imaginable from my girlfriend, whom I loved more than life itself. I was sitting across the table from her when she said, "Steve, I don't want to be with you anymore." A sensation of intense sickness and misery swept over me. My heart started to explode in my chest, and I could hear it thumping inside of me. Boom, boom, boom. My mind wasn't ready to believe what I just heard, and in utter desperation, I spent the next half an hour trying to convince, persuade, and finally beg her to not leave me. The icy cold look in her eyes convinced me that she was anxious to escape from my disturbing presence, and before I knew it, she told me to never contact her again, and walked out of the door, never to return. Over the next few days, depression began to spread across my body like a deadly cancer. I felt like a part of my soul was missing because her face kept appearing in every thought I'd think. Her voice echoed in my head, and her memory wouldn't leave my mind. It had been several weeks, and although I had become a master at hiding my feelings, the world could still see that I wasn't the same person I used to be. All my friends and family told me to get over her. I knew they were right, but I didn't want to accept this reality. Something inside me wasn't ready to let go. For a while, I tried getting over her. I desperately wished for something that would completely erase her from my memory. I even had some okay days when the pain wasn't as bad. But whenever I made any progress, a sound, object, thing, or even a smell would trigger off memories of her, and I would find myself back to stage one with the same old ache in my heart, stronger than ever. I craved tidbits of information about her life. I used to check her Facebook profile hundreds of times per day. I would jump with excitement each time there was a text message because I secretly hoped that one of these days she is going to contact me. More days passed, and I never heard from her until finally, on a gloomy Sunday afternoon, I saw a text from her. My insides danced in excitement seeing her name on my screen, but that excitement was short-lived when I read that she wanted me to return her box of valuables that was still at my place. My desperation very rapidly turned into anger. I felt angry at my own weakness around her. Just as I was thinking this, my eyes fell upon this stupid old box. A crazy volcano of anger erupted inside me, and I threw the box outside the window like it had a cobra coming out of it. This is it, I told myself. Either I was going to get her back, or I was going to completely forget her. I couldn't tolerate being in this painful zone of uncertainty anymore. I gave myself 7 days to figure it out, and it was during that period that I made the most shocking discovery of my life. To cut the long story short, within that very week, I received a text from my ex asking me to meet up because she had something very urgent to discuss. I went over to her place, and the moment she opened the door, she hugged me so hard that it almost squeezed the life out of me. And before I could say anything, she dug her face hard into my chest and grabbed me even tighter. Then with tears in her eyes, she said, "I was so stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. Would you please forgive me?" And then she literally begged me to give her another chance. I won't lie, but I was surprised at my own influence over her. So you must be wondering, what did I do in those 7 days? Well, I discovered an ingenious trick which basically forced my ex to feel emotionally hungry for me to the point of starvation. And to be honest with you, I never really thought it would work because this trick appeared awfully simple. In fact, this excited me so much that I shared this exact trick with a friend of mine who had gone through a very painful breakup recently and was struggling to cope because it was all his fault. I won't go into all the dirty details, but he actually cheated on this girl. He had done everything in his power. Endless apologies, desperate convincing, and even begging. Yet, his ex never wanted to see him again. As a final attempt, I asked him to try this trick, and to his extreme surprise, this same woman was ready to have the talk with him, and now they're back together. Next, I started sharing this trick with men online. There was a 34-year-old man who was brutally dumped by his girlfriend of 3 years for another man. He used my trick on her, and out of nowhere, his ex called him in the middle of the night asking for another chance. I also shared it with a man who was in a long-distance relationship and couldn't see any hope of getting his girl back. After he used my trick, his ex sent him a very long email describing how she had been missing him, to the point of tears, and described that all the time spent away from him had been the most difficult phase of her life, and then begged him to give her another shot. I could go on and on. But it got to a point where I shared this trick with hundreds of men, and they were all shell-shocked to see how effective and fast this was. At this point, you must be thinking, "All right, Steve, can you please share this secret trick with me?" Well, I'd be more than glad to. Therefore, make sure you pay extra attention to what I'm going to say next. As human beings, our primal brain has one core primary function. It wants to gain pleasure and avoid pain, and it's like this huge database of memories. It records every event, every experience, and labels them as pleasurable or painful. A relationship works in a similar fashion too, which means your ex's primal brain kept a note of all the pleasurable and painful experiences she shared with you. Therefore, when your breakup occurred, regardless of what the major cause might have been, the underlying cause was this. The number of painful events your ex experienced around you outweighed the number of pleasurable events, and as a result, her primal brain force-fed feelings of disinterest, misery, and irritation in her body. Because of this, she erected what I call the Great Wall of Defense, because your presence gave birth to a mixture of negative emotions in her body. In short, she stopped feeling good in your presence, and to avoid further pain, she started avoiding you. However, you know how I said that our primal brain is like a database of memories and it records everything? Just like a memory trail of poor experiences, your ex's primal brain also has a large recollection of pleasurable experiences she once shared with you. So basically, nothing ever gets deleted from the memory bank, and you can easily force her primal brain to shift its focus from the negative to positive. Once this happens, you will witness that the negative tension between you and her will start to melt. She will suddenly become a lot more curious about you than ever before, and will miss the life she once had with you. After a little time, her feelings for you will intensify to crazy levels, and she will feel this overwhelming urge to get back with you. Moreover, the best thing is that she would have absolutely no clue that you're the one influencing her brain, because to her, it will feel as if getting back together is her own decision. This is the primary reason why couples who went through an abusive, painful, and a very messy divorce are able to get to a neutral position and eventually are able to feel a new level of attraction once again to patch up later on. Logically speaking, when you've shared a very dreadful experience with someone, it should be permanent. However, our emotions and feelings are never permanent, and they easily shift from pleasant to negative and back to pleasant again based on where your primal brain is focused. This is the same reason why people who cheated and felt that their relationship was dead still managed to get a second chance with their lover. So the bottom line is that the primal brain can be influenced to shift its attention from painful memories to the pleasurable memories in a matter of minutes. Therefore, you can control how you want your ex to feel about you. But now the big question is, how do you influence your ex's primal brain? Well, there are 3 very simple steps to it. Step 1. First, you must soften their defenses by bringing their primal brain to a neutral position. Right now, your ex probably believes that being with you will lead to horror, and the past might repeat itself. Therefore, first you need to prove to her primal brain that being with you is the best possible choice she could ever make by forcing its attention away from the negative towards a neutral position. Step 2. Next, you need to make yourself appear irresistibly interesting. This will force your ex's primal brain to shift the attention from the neutral to the positive. At this stage, your ex will start to feel comfort-provoking emotions around you rather than anxiety-provoking emotions. This is the point where she will have absolutely no way of stopping images of you from interrupting her thoughts. Step 3. Finally, you need to make yourself appear completely irreplaceable. You will do this by turning yourself into a fulfilling factor for all her needs. She has to know that there is absolutely no alternative to you, because at that point, her mind will be infused with such an intense feeling of loss that she won't just want and desire you. Rather, she will actually need you back in her life. This will turn the very idea of getting you back into her most urgent goal, and her body will throb with a disturbing level of need for you. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, Steve, these steps make a lot of sense, but I don't know how to apply this to my personal situation. So how do I get started? Well, unfortunately, I can't help you face to face, but I have a better alternative. I'd like to introduce you to a complete done-for-you, step-by-step system I call Hook Your Ex System. I have laid out the step-by-step instructions on exactly what you need to do and say in order to make your ex feel an almost instinctive level of desire for you. Now you will be able to affect her primal brain to the point where she convinces herself that getting back with you is the best possible decision she'll ever make. Here is a small preview on exactly what you'll learn inside my program. How to plant the idea of getting back together in your ex's mind and have her work hard to convince you to take her back. Your ex will have absolutely no way to stop herself from running after you because her mind just won't let her. How to say the exact words which will pull your ex closer and closer to you again. Discover the easiest and the fastest way to read your ex's mind and know exactly what she needs, wants, and expects from you. This is the only technique to literally hear your ex's thoughts when she doesn't utter a single word. Discover my amazing logical reasoning trick, which arouses a new sense of need in your ex's mind to have you back. You won't even have to try too hard after this, because your ex will find her mind bombarding her with logical reasons on why she absolutely needs to have you back. How to use the secret of emotional cleanup to vacuum out all the deadly doubts and uncertainties your ex feels about you, and replace it with attraction so intense that every fiber in her body will force her to claim you. This is the real secret to making your ex feel that pulse-pounding certainty that you are the only man for her. Do you know about the Love Amplifier method? Discover how to make your ex go from seeing you as the most insignificant person to the most important, charming, and insanely attractive man she's ever come across. This is the fastest way to make her go from hatefully disliking you to desperately loving you in record time. Do you feel like you are completely at the mercy of your ex's will at the moment? Don't worry, my counter-reaction method will put the ball back in your court. Now you will have an almost dramatic level of power over your ex, because now she will start chasing you even if you had been chasing her thus far. Did you cheat or do something similar which has caused irreparable damage? Don't worry. My unconditional forgiveness technique will help you completely erase all the bad memories, poor experiences, and damaging history from your ex's mind. Now she will not only completely forgive you, but will be super eager to start a fresh new relationship with you. How to make your ex desperate to have you back by tricking her mind into thinking that you two are already together. This goes against conventional wisdom and is nothing like anything you've ever seen or heard before. Is your ex revoltingly angry at you right now? Let me show you how to use her intense anger to your ultimate advantage and turn it into pure love, desire, and attraction for you within seconds. Men who used this told me that this was well worth the whole course. Does talking to your ex feel like an accident waiting to happen? Let me show you the principle of smooth butter conversations, which will win the unconditional acceptance of your ex every single time. Suddenly, the very girl who won't even pick up your call will eagerly contact you to ask you out. You'll be shocked at the effectiveness of this. What to do when you are in a long-distance relationship? Don't worry. I'll show you the magic of tiny subconscious feeders, which will evoke feelings of pure love, desire, within your ex's mind. All the old anger and hate she felt about you will literally melt away in seconds. How to build up a rapid emotional tension within your ex which forces her to express why she broke up with you. Plus, how to trick her mind into telling you exactly what you must do that would motivate her to get back with you. The same girl who wasn't even ready to see you will now welcome you with a wide grin on her face. I could go on and on, but this isn't even half of what's covered in my program. By now, I can tell that you understand how valuable this really is. So now I want to know, what is it really worth to have the power to get your ex back into your life? What is it really worth to have that nasty ball of painful feelings finally leave you once and for all? If you're like most men, then I guess you've already been offered plenty of solutions by your friends or family. They probably recommended that you join groups, take therapy classes, or even seek professional help to get over your ex somehow, most of which costs a pretty heavy $100 to $200 an hour. If you add it all up, you're looking at several thousands of dollars. And if you've done or experienced anything like that, then you know for sure that none of that ever works, and such sessions could go on for months without any real progress. So with that in consideration, what do you think would be a fair price for my system? Well, I think $297 will be very fair, considering how quickly it will get you the results you desire. However, I don't want money to be a concern for you, and because of that, I'm going to make it more reasonable, but only for a very short period of time. I've decided that you aren't going to pay $297. You aren't even going to pay $197. Heck, you won't even pay $97. By ordering today, only through this presentation, you get the entire Hook Your Ex system for only $47, thereby giving you the ultimate power to make your ex impatiently long for you on command. But wait, I need to let you know that I am offering my system at this discounted price at only $47 for a very short period of time. In fact, I am planning on raising the price of my system to $297 soon, as I've been told by some folks that my system is heavily underpriced, so I can't guarantee how long this will be available at $47. If you leave this page now, I can't promise that you will be able to get it at $47 again, so grab it while it's still available. Sounds good? But wait, there is more. I want to make this decision even easier, which is why, if you choose to invest in my program right now, I'll also add the audio version of this program worth $97 absolutely free. This will make the learning process ridiculously easy for you, because now you can plug the audio in your iPod, phone, car, or tablet and listen to it even when you are on the go. But wait, there is more. I would also like to give you my special course called Rejection Reversal Course. Chasing your ex will push her further away, right? Wrong. Let me show you the right way to chase her, which makes her want, need, and crave you more. This is the big secret to keeping your ex in the never-ending love loop. Plus, a unique and weird twist on this same technique, which makes your ex feel so secure, so good, and so excited in your company that she will be eager to spend more and more time with you. I'll also show you how to make your ex miss the good old times by installing delicious images in her head. This will force her to think about, miss, and desire to want you back. Your ex will feel enormous levels of comfort when you are near, and a heavy heartache whenever you will get away. This course is super rare, and this is the first time ever that I'm revealing it to the public. It's currently valued at $37. However, I'll add it absolutely free of cost the moment you choose to invest in my program. Good enough? But wait, I want to give you one more special goodie. I would also like to give you my special Mind Screw Method report. Here you will learn the big secret behind getting a girl addicted to pleasing you for life. Do this right, and she will never think about going to another man. I just can't wait to tell you this one. Hint, this is something all women unconsciously search for. I'll also show you how to ethically screw with her mind and trigger a cyclone of attraction within seconds. This engages her with such a dangerous intensity that her mind will spin endlessly with thoughts of you and only you. This is the single most important and easiest way to burning your image in her mind. In fact, she will pursue you like a supercharged Ferrari and won't stop even if you push her away. This report is also a $37 value, and since it's not sold anywhere else, this is your one and only chance to get it. Alright, enough talk. It's time for some action now. Let me tell you exactly how to get my program and start using it 5 minutes from now. You will notice that there is a big Add to Cart button below this video. Just click on it and you will be taken to a secure order review page where you will see a quick review of everything you're going to get. Then follow the Yes, Order Now button and fill in your payment details using a credit card, debit card, or PayPal. Once that is done, you will be taken to a download page where you can have instant access to the program and start reaping the benefits 5 minutes from now. And listen to this. I'm so confident that my program will transform your love life completely and turn you into a man who will be literally worshipped by your ex that I am willing to take all the risk. Download my program right now, go through the first few sections, and watch yourself turning into the super attractive powerhouse around your ex. If over the next 60 days you feel that you didn't get at least 10 times the value of your investment, or you just don't feel this program was right for you, even though that is almost next to impossible, or if you just didn't like it for some reason, let me know and I'll give you a 100% refund. No one will ever make a promise like that unless they know that what they are offering will work with 100% certainty. So you really can't lose with this. Alright, now you've seen and heard a lot in this presentation. If you've got this far, then you really have one of 3 things you can do. Thing 1, leave this page and completely forget about what you saw or heard. Go back to living your life the way you've always lived and hope that someday, by sheer luck or fate, you might be able to get your ex back. If that's what you're planning, then I wish you all the best. Thing 2, you are probably thinking about using the free advice you got from this presentation and doing it all on your own, which will definitely work for you, but there is a very high chance that you might struggle without knowing the right how-to steps. You might be able to get a little attention from your ex. However, you won't be able to get her back without knowing the rest of the steps. In simple terms, you could see short-term results, but it might not be permanent. Thing 3, you can take the easy choice. Hit the Add to Cart button below, download the program, and let me take you by the hand and guide you step by step through the whole process and put you on the fast track to massive success with your ex. And do you understand that you have absolutely zero risk as you have a full 60 days to try the system, so this should be a very easy decision for you. Hit the Add to Cart button below and let me help you. Now, let me tell you what you can expect once you download my course and go through just some of the pages or audios. Within the first few minutes, as you gaze over the first few sections, you will start to feel this sweet burn of excitement rising up within you. As you move through my simple instructions, the very thing that was unthinkable, unspeakable, but more importantly, undoable in the past, will now seem as easy as lifting a feather. Then, in the days which follow, you will find that your ex is a lot more inviting, open, and positive towards you. You will notice that she now sees you differently, treats you differently, and most importantly, you'll realize that you never had to work hard to achieve any of this. After you apply my simple instructions, you will notice that your ex, the same girl who swore up and down that she never wanted to see you again, will suddenly turn into this devoted lover who is so drawn to you that she is willing to drag over fire just to be with you. Is that something you would like to have? I hope the answer is yes. Click the Add to Cart button below and take advantage of this opportunity right now. Look, I don't want to scare you, but I can tell you one thing for a fact. You can't and will not get your ex back on your own. In fact, if you keep on trying by yourself, you're more likely to make her dislike, hate, and avoid you even more. Honestly, this isn't a situation where you have unlimited chances at getting her back. When your ex has the Great Wall of Defense up, even the slightest of mistakes could make her shut you out of her life completely. To put it in the best perspective, trying to get your ex back without the right knowledge is like trying to perform an open-heart surgery when you're not a qualified surgeon. Every attempt will lead to nothing but a disaster. In fact, I've seen men making efforts which were negatively affecting their ex while they thought it was helping their chances. Therefore, without the right knowledge, that tiny glimmer of hope that you were holding on to will slip out of your hands. I hope you don't let something like that happen to you. Click on the Add to Cart button below and let me help you. Still skeptical? No problem. Let me address some frequently asked questions. When will I receive Hook Your Ex program? The main program is in PDF and MP3 format, which means you can instantly download it to your computer, tablet, phone, or any other device to easily access it 5 minutes from now. I am scared of sharing my credit card information with you. Your privacy and security is our #1 concern and priority. I guarantee that your transaction will be 100% secure and is strictly private because we don't personally process your payment, but rather you will be billed by ClickBank to help maintain your privacy. It's a very reputable company which has been in business for over 14 years. However, if you are still unsure, you are welcome to Google them for more information. Can I trust your 60-day money-back guarantee? Yes, absolutely. In fact, it's guaranteed by ClickBank. So if you want a refund, you can email ClickBank and they will process the refund right away. I won't get your credit card information or your personal information. This is all kept completely confidential by ClickBank. How fast will I see results? Results could be seen right away after the application of methods mentioned in the program. Therefore, the faster you apply them, the faster you will see results. What if for some reason it doesn't work for me? As far as my experience goes, that is very unlikely. By going through my system, you'll be giving yourself an unfair advantage around your ex. If for some reason it doesn't work for you, or you are not satisfied for any reason, I want you to get a full refund. And on top of that, you have a full 60 days to test and decide. Isn't that just great? What if I have extra questions? No problem. In fact, that would be even better. I would love to assist you personally if you have any extra questions. You will be provided special contact details in the download page where you can easily get answers to any questions you might have. In whatever little time we've had together, I have shown you 3 very important things. You understand that you currently hold the power to indirectly influence your ex into wanting you all over again, regardless of how nasty or ugly your situation was in the past. You also understand that you can do this by knowing specific tricks and tactics which influence the primal part of her brain. And finally, you also understand and agree that in order to get your ex back, you must know these specific tricks. So now, since you agree with all these points, don't you think it's a good idea to at least try out my program? I mean, what do you have to lose anyway? With my full 60-day trial, you get to test drive my program, so you basically can't lose whatsoever. Therefore, click on the Add to Cart button below, and I'll see you on the inside.